Goals. Today we're going to be talking about goals, whether or not it's things that you wanted to do and may have completed last year, or the things that you are planning to do this year that may be a little bit different than that. I know that I have some things that are a little bit different than the goals that I had last year, and I want to talk to you guys about those. Welcome in, you guys. My name is Mayne, and I want to get into goals because it's something that's very important in what we do here. Whether you're a content creator, a streamer, they're very, very important because they are the fundamental guiding blocks that can determine whether you succeed or whether you fail. So that's something I want to talk about with you guys. I had different goals last year. Last year, I started streaming relatively late, I guess you could say, depending on how you see things. I started in the summer. I was not really sure about streaming earlier on. I watched a lot of streamers, and I had a few friends that were streamers, and they often asked me, hey man, you probably should get into streaming. You have the personality for it, you have the look for it, you have the voice for it, all that blah blah blah. You should get into it. And I was like, I don't know. Don't think this is for me, right? And more and more I decided to give it a try, and I ended up doing okay, so to speak. It was a work in progress. It was a lot of work, actually, a lot of things that I had to take into account and things that I had to work on over time, but it worked out. I think I'm doing okay. The goals that I had then are completely different than the goals that I have now. I want to actually get into a couple of those. The goals that I had back then were just to stream, just to be able to have a camera, just to have the equipment, the necessary things that most streamers by now at this point already know. I was not really interested in the on-camera portion, so to speak, the entertainment side of things. I just wanted to play a game, but also have my face somewhere on one of the corners of the screen. For the most part, I just wanted to get things done and just stream a game. I just wanted to play games, whether people will watch me or not. That was the only thing that I wanted to do. The more things started to turn around and started to make a difference, and the more that I started to see some interaction and things like that, I was like, oh, I just still wanted to stream. I'm just gonna be real honest with y'all. I didn't care about numbers. I didn't care about followers. I didn't care about the platform. I didn't care about who was gonna stop by. I didn't care about collabs. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I just wanted to turn my game on and stream, which is fine, but I could have did a little bit better than that. And so the goals then were just to start, just to do it, being consistent. Because sometimes, actually most of the time, I never really streamed by a set schedule. I never really had a set schedule, so that wasn't even a thing either. It was just I go live and that's it. Those things are important that I'm realizing, or I realized later on, but it wasn't any kind of thought put into it as far as where I wanted to go, because I honestly didn't think I was going to go anywhere. I honestly didn't think that I was going to have a YouTube channel. I did not honestly think that I was going to have people who were asking me for advice. I honestly didn't have any of those resources or access to certain circles of people in the community that I've been involved with and everything like that. I didn't have any goals or aspirations of that, but over time they happened. And then I had to figure out, man, like, what am I going to do? And at that point, I was kind of working on the fly, which in other ways I still have to do because I didn't lay out a plan. I didn't have a goal. Oof, this year's a lot different. I can tell you that. This year, my goals are way different than what they used to be. For my goals this year, I want to produce more content. Now, I mean content in not just me talking to the camera, not just me playing a game. I want to produce all sorts of different content. I want to be on podcasts, actually, which I am actually currently I'm making some appearances on. More info on that soon. I want to make more appearances in other mediums and other platforms as well, not just for gaming. I have a lot more to offer, and I want to branch out and do other things in those respects. I also want to have more guides and more things in which I'm actually sitting at my PC and doing walkthroughs and going over things with people to get things used to seeing things or getting an idea of how things are done right there as I'm doing them. I want to produce more videos where people can actually hop on their computer or whatever device they're on and follow along as I give you a tutorial. Of course, this is nothing new, but this is things that I want to do, my goals for this year. I want to be able to make content that you guys can follow along with me, because I believe that there's content out there that does a good job of explaining certain things, but not so much from the walk with me kind of things. It's more of I'm pointing where to go instead of saying, hey, pull this video up, do exactly as I'm doing, or follow along in your respective area and on your PC or your device. Follow along with me. I'll give you some tips. If you have any questions, blah, 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 right? that's the kind of stuff that I want to do also more of. In addition to that, Stadia content. Not just Stadia also, but just Stadia, Luna, GeForce Now, a lot of the cloud gaming based content and cloud gaming in general. I want to put out more content for that. I've got a couple of streams up there, my Wavetail stream and other streams and other content that I've put out. I want to do more of that. I want to show some love to the cloud gaming community because they've actually been quite a big part of the last few months of the year, of last year for me. They've been quite the inspiration, so to speak, and the influence on how I see content and how I produce content and what I can do with that. And they're going to be getting some love soon. I also want to do more collaborations. I want to do more streams where I'm playing games with other people. I want to do some content that's recorded or VOD content of me playing games and me going through walkthroughs with other people and showing the funny side of the games we play. I recently did a gameplay session with my boy Winstar715. Y'all check him out also on YouTube as well and Twitch as well. Show him some love. Winstar, I'll put his name somewhere up here. You'll see his name, or up there somewhere. You'll see his name, but show him some love. Shout out to him. We did some gameplay recently of Far Cry 6 on Stadia, and it was hella funny. Like, it was really, really good content. It was really funny, and I want to be able to put those kinds of things out too, and have that for you guys to enjoy as well. The next thing that I will talk about is Final Fantasy. I want to do a lot more content with Final Fantasy, especially now that I'm streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade right now on PC. I'm currently playing through that game on my streams. You can check that out. Also, I'll put a card somewhere up here as well. I'm doing that, and it's actually reignited my passion, my love for Final Fantasy and RPGs in general. So because of that, I've actually jumped into Final Fantasy 14, and I've blown through Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn, and I'm working on Heavensward right now. Also, I am on there as Mayne Games. I am on the Mateus server in Crystal. So if you guys want to check me out there, I also have some stuff in the description that you guys can check out if you want to follow along. We have a free company called Seventh Heaven. You guys can join and play with us, kick it with us, hang out. But I want to have content for that as well. I've gotten into a lot of Final Fantasy lately and a lot of RPGs in general, so I want to produce more content for that as well. I just want to have more content while I'm giving you my thoughts and my opinions on certain things. I want to be able to be more personal with you guys. I want to give you more insight on the things that I do. You might see some IRL stuff. You might see some stuff away from my station. I want to be able to do more and grow with everybody. So I want to collab. I want to do more events with other people and other streamers and other content creators. My goals are pretty much just to do things in a way that I did not do last year, in ways that I was scared to do or scared to pursue last year. I have the equipment and everything else like that. I just want to, now is the time where I just want to go. I'm saying yes to a lot of things that I normally wouldn't say yes to, just for the sake of getting myself used to being out there and doing more things and getting some exposure. And I'm willing and able to do all of that and make sure that I have the goals set in place and the mindset set in place to be able to pursue that and see where it takes me, because most of the time, the fun part of life and the fun part of doing these things is just seeing where the journey takes you. And I want to do more of that. And I hope that you guys too. So if you guys are interested in some of the things that I've been talking about, if you want to join, if you want to check out some of the streams, I stream on YouTube on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm out here on the West Coast, so you can check me out there. I stream all different kinds of games, honestly, but RPGs is where it's at right now for me. I think that it's a good time to jump in there and focus on you. Goals are a big, important part of that. So this is just video me talking about my goals and what I have planned and what I want to work on this year. And hopefully you have some too. If you have any goals, please feel free. Write them down in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I check out the comments as much as I can. And I love to add some feedback and see what you guys are thinking. So get out there and write some stuff. Let me know what your goals are, and let's see if we can make them happen together. All right, take care of yourself and each other, y'all. We're all we got. Peace.